Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're anything like me, you've probably spent countless hours staring at betting slips wondering why it feels like the bookmakers always have the upper hand. You place your bets, you feel confident, and then boom, another loss, another dent in the bankroll, and that frustrating feeling that you're just not quite cracking the code. Well, what if I told you there's a specific approach, a unique way of combining selections that could genuinely start to shock those bookmakers, that could flip the script and give you a genuine long-term edge? Today we're diving deep into what I call the hidden correlation group combination, a strategy that isn't about luck or chasing long shots, but about meticulous analysis, finding value and exploiting subtle connections that the market often overlooks. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is about understanding the underlying mechanics of sports betting and building a sustainable, profitable strategy. We're going to break down exactly how bookmakers operate, how they set their odds, and more importantly, where their models can sometimes fall short, especially when it comes to interconnected events. So buckle up, grab a drink and get ready, because this is going to be a long, incredibly detailed journey into the heart of smart betting. First things first, let's talk about the bookmaker's edge, because understanding your opponent is half the battle. Bookmakers aren't just guessing, they employ highly sophisticated algorithms, data scientists, and traders to set their odds, ensuring they build in a profit margin known as the vigorish or VIG. This VIG means that the combined implied probability of all outcomes in an event always adds up to more than 100%, guaranteeing them a profit in the long run regardless of the outcome if they balance their books correctly. It's a fundamental mathematical advantage that makes consistent winning incredibly challenging for the average punter. Most of us fall into the trap of betting on gut feelings or popular opinions, which are already priced into the market by the bookmakers. We see a favorite and we back them at low odds, or we chase a big payout on a long shot with little actual probability of landing. These common mistakes are exactly what bookmakers rely on to maintain their profitability, because they know that most bettors aren't doing the deep analytical work required to find true value. We're essentially playing their game by their rules and often falling for their carefully constructed traps. Now let's introduce the core concept, the hidden correlation group combination, and what makes it so powerful. This isn't just about throwing a few random selections into an accumulator hoping for a miracle win. Instead, it's a calculated approach to identify multiple individual bets that each represent value, and then combine them in a way that exploits a subtle, often overlooked correlation between those events. We're looking for situations where the combined probability of these events happening together is actually higher than what the bookmakers' combined odds imply. It's about finding the synergy where one event makes another more likely and the bookmaker hasn't fully accounted for that compounding effect. The magic happens when you find individual value bets that are also logically linked or correlated in some way. For example, if you believe a dominant football team is going to win comfortably and you also find value in them scoring over 2.5 goals, these two events are often highly correlated. A comfortable win usually involves scoring multiple goals, so if one happens, the other is significantly more probable. Bookmakers might price each event somewhat efficiently on its own, but their models can sometimes struggle to accurately combine the true probabilities of these interconnected outcomes, leading to an exploitable error in the combined odds. To truly master this strategy, we first need to become experts at deconstructing value in single bets, which is the absolute foundation of everything we do. Value betting at its heart is about finding odds that are higher than the true probability of an event occurring. If you calculate that a team has a 60% chance of winning, but the bookmaker is offering odds that imply only a 50% chance, then you have found value. It's a simple concept but incredibly difficult to execute consistently, because it requires you to be better at predicting outcomes than the highly sophisticated bookmakers themselves. This means developing your own robust methods for assessing probabilities, whether through statistical models, historical data, team news, injury reports, or even your own qualitative analysis of team form and motivation. You need to be able to look at an event and say, I believe this outcome has an X% chance of happening, and then compare that X% to the bookmaker's implied probability. If your X% is significantly higher than what the odds suggest, then you have a positive expected value bet. This step is non-negotiable and forms the bedrock of our entire group combination strategy. Now for the secret sauce, the power of correlation, which is where we truly start to shock bookmakers. Correlation in betting refers to the relationship between two or more events where the outcome of one event influences the probability of another. There are different types of correlation: direct correlation, where one event almost guarantees another, and indirect correlation, where one event simply makes another more likely. Understanding these relationships is absolutely crucial for building profitable group combinations. Think about a football match where a team is known for its strong defense and relies heavily on counter-attacks. If you bet on them to win 1-0 or 2-0, these outcomes are directly correlated with a low total goals market. If they win by a small margin, it's highly probable that the total goals in the game will be under 2.5 or 3.5. Bookmakers often price these markets somewhat independently, but the reality is that if a team is winning 1-0 in the 80th minute, the probability of under 2.5 goals skyrockets. Situational correlation is another powerful aspect to consider. For example, in a basketball game, if a star player is having an exceptional scoring night, leading their team to a dominant performance, it's highly correlated with that player exceeding their individual points total and their team covering a larger spread. The bookmaker might price the player's points prop and the team spread separately, but if you identify a scenario where both are likely to happen together, you've found a strong correlated group. This requires a deep understanding of the sport and how different aspects of a game interact. Building your shock bookmaker combinations involves a systematic approach, starting with identifying value legs. You must first find individual bets that offer positive expected value based on your own probability assessments. Do not combine bets that you don't believe are valuable on their own, because adding a negative expected value bet to any combination will only dilute your overall edge. Each component of your group combination must stand on its own as a smart bet. Once you have a list of potential value bets, the next step is crucial: spotting hidden correlations. This is where your sports knowledge and analytical skills truly come into play. Ask yourself, if this event happens, what other events become significantly more or less likely? Look for logical connections that might not be immediately obvious to the general public, or that the bookmakers' automated systems might not fully account for. This could involve studying team tactics, player matchups, or even weather conditions. Crafting the combination itself depends on the number of value legs and the strength of their correlation. For highly correlated events within a single game, a same-game parlay, or bet builder, can be incredibly effective. For example, combining Team A to win with over 2.5 goals for Team A, if Team A is an attacking powerhouse. For multiple games with indirect but strong correlations, a traditional accumulator or a system bet, like a Trixie or Yankee, might be more appropriate. System bets offer a balance between potential payout and risk mitigation by allowing some selections to lose while still returning a profit. The final and arguably most important step in building these combinations is calculating the combined probability and expected value. This is where we move beyond gut feelings and into hard mathematics. You need to estimate the true probability of all your correlated events happening together and then compare that to the implied probability from the bookmaker's combined odds. If your estimated true probability is higher than the bookmaker's implied probability, then you have found a positive expected value group combination. This requires a calculator and a disciplined approach to ensure you're not just hoping but actually finding a mathematical edge. Let's walk through some real-world examples to make this concept crystal clear, starting with football or soccer. Imagine a dominant attacking team playing a weaker defensive side. You might find value in betting on the dominant team to win with a handicap, for example -1.5 goals. Simultaneously, you might also find value in the over 2.5 goals market for the entire match. These two events are highly correlated because if the dominant team wins by 2 or more goals, it's very likely that the total goals in the match will exceed 2.5. The bookmaker might offer odds for each separately, but their combined odds for a team A -1.5 handicap and over 2.5 goals might underestimate the true probability of this specific scenario playing out. Another football example could involve a team known for its strong defense and prolific striker. You might find value in betting on the team to win and also on their star striker to score any time. These are correlated because the striker scoring directly contributes to the team winning, especially if they are the primary goal threat. If you've identified that the striker is in excellent form and the opposing defense is weak, then combining these two value bets could present a significant edge. The bookmaker might price the striker's goal odds and the team win odds separately, but the combined probability of both happening might be higher than their combined offering suggests. Moving to basketball, consider a scenario where a star player is returning from injury and is expected to have a massive game. You might find value in betting on that player to exceed their points total, which is often set by the bookmaker. Concurrently, you might also find value in their team winning by a significant margin or covering a specific spread. These are correlated because a star player having a huge scoring night often directly translates into their team performing exceptionally well and winning comfortably. The bookmaker's model might not fully account for the motivational factor or the impact of a returning star on both individual and team performance simultaneously. In tennis, we can look at a dominant player facing a much weaker opponent. You might find value in betting on the dominant player to win in straight sets. At the same time, you might also find value in betting on a specific game handicap for that dominant player, for example -5.5 games. These are strongly correlated because winning in straight sets against a weaker opponent often means winning by a significant number of games overall. If the dominant player is expected to cruise through the match, then combining these two outcomes can offer a powerful group combination. The bookmaker's odds for straight sets and game handicap might not fully reflect the true probability of a complete whitewash. Now let's talk about risk management and bankroll protection, because even the most profitable strategy can fail without proper discipline. The hidden correlation group combination strategy, while powerful, still involves variance. You won't win every single bet, and losing streaks are an inevitable part of betting. Therefore, it is absolutely crucial to implement a strict staking plan. Never bet more than a small percentage of your total bankroll on any single combination. I recommend a flat staking approach where you bet the same small unit on every combination, or a proportional staking plan where your stake is a small percentage of your current bankroll. Understanding variance is key to staying sane and disciplined. Variance refers to the natural fluctuations in your results, even when you have a long-term edge. You can do everything right, identify true value and correlation, but still experience short-term losses. This is why a large enough bankroll and the emotional resilience to ride out these downswings are essential. Do not increase your stakes during a losing streak hoping to get even, as this is a surefire way to ruin your bankroll. Stick to your plan no matter what. It's also important to know when not to bet. Not every day or every week will present ideal opportunities for these group combinations. If you can't find genuine value or strong correlations, then simply don't bet. Patience is a virtue in sports betting, and forcing bets when the edge isn't there is a recipe for disaster. Wait for the markets to present themselves and only strike when you're confident in your analysis and calculations. This disciplined approach separates the professional bettor from the recreational gambler. Of course, there are common pitfalls that can derail even the most promising strategies, and it's vital to be aware of them. One major pitfall is overcorrelation. While we are looking for correlation, there's a fine line between smart correlation and simply betting on the same event multiple times in different forms. For example, betting on Team A to win, Team A to score over 1.5 goals, and Player X to score for Team A in a single game parlay might seem powerful, but these events are so heavily intertwined that you're essentially betting on the same outcome 3 times over. The bookmakers' combined odds will often account for this extreme level of correlation, meaning your edge diminishes significantly. You need to find distinct but related value propositions. Another common pitfall is chasing losses, which is perhaps the biggest destroyer of bankrolls in all of sports betting. After a few losing group combinations, the temptation to increase your next stake or place a riskier bet to recover your losses can be overwhelming. This emotional response is precisely what bookmakers profit from. Stick to your predetermined staking plan regardless of recent results. Your edge is a long-term advantage, not a guarantee of immediate profit. Ignoring market changes is another trap. Odds are dynamic and they shift constantly based on new information or public money. An opportunity that existed an hour ago might be gone now. Always check the latest odds before placing your bet and recalculate your expected value if the odds have moved significantly. What was value at 2.00 might not be value at 1.80. Staying updated and being quick to react to market movements can be a significant advantage. Finally, emotional betting is the enemy of profitability. Betting on your favorite team, betting out of boredom, or betting simply because you feel lucky are all routes to financial ruin. This strategy demands a cold, logical, and analytical approach. Remove emotion from your decision-making process entirely. Treat betting like a business where every decision is based on data, probability, and expected value, not on hope or sentiment. This mindset shift is absolutely crucial for